Okay, welcome to this free nutrition little update program. What I want to show here is the absolute most important thing about nutrition is not one diet fits all. I'm just going to take you through a few steps progress on how important it is to understand individual needs when it comes to your own calculations with nutrition. We're just going to run through today an example of some people. We can just pick someone out of the crowd, and what I want to go through is take you through and show you how important it is to have individual needs when it comes to nutrition programming. The first thing we do is need to measure your body weight. We're just going to let's take a 77 kilogram female, and we're going to use her as our little guinea pig today. Let's call her Sam. Okay, so Sam's 77 kilograms. First thing we need to do is transfer her over to pounds. So I'm just going to quickly jump on because I haven't done this yet. We're just going to look at 77 kilograms in pounds. Just have a quick look. Looks like it's 171 pounds. So we're just going to shut that down. My first calculation is to work out that she's 171 pounds. Okay, next thing when we're working out nutrition calculations, and this is what all nutritionists do, is we've got to look at what type of person and what type of goals that they want. Now the goal is always based on the individual. So some goals we can look at is you've got weight loss. That's always one goal. You've got weight maintenance. So people are already in their stages where they like to be. And you've got weight gain. I like to call that muscle mass. The best thing about muscle mass is I love putting on muscle not only on guys but also on females. Just to give you a little idea, if we can put on half a kilo, that's 500 grams of muscle on anyone's body, that will improve their metabolism to the equation of burning 15 kilos of fat in a year. So you can see, girls out there, it is so important that we can tone you up, increase some muscle mass if need be, to obviously have that ultimate goal of losing weight. Okay, so let's look at Sam. Obviously we're in the 30-day fat loss challenge, so we're going to look at Sam wants to lose weight. So she's at 171 pounds currently. Now we've got to look at the other thing we've got to look at is what type of lifestyle does Sam live? Is she sedentary? Has she done minimal exercise prior? Is she moderately active, meaning that she might be training 3 to 4 times per week? Or is she very active? That's training 5 to 7 days a week, up to 90 minutes at a time. So we're going to take the moderately active. So she's going to work out maybe 3 to 4 times a week. We want to lose weight with her, so we've got to do a calculation. We're going to times that by 13, which will give us a result of 171 times 13. I'll just grab my calculator. And that gives us 2,223. Now that number there, that actually tells me how much food in calories Sam needs to eat to lose weight. Now for people out there, you're probably thinking that's quite a lot, but it's amazing of how much food our body actually needs to lose weight. Next thing we've got to do is we've got to establish what type of body type Sam is. Now Sam can be 3 different types of body type. We've got an ectomorph, an endomorph, and mesomorph. I've got in a screenshot here, I'm going to bring up a photo just to show everyone here exactly what type of body types we are. Now I'm going to look at my highlighter here. We're looking here, we've got the 3 females here. This one here, we're looking at an ectomorph, someone who's very lean and quite skinny. These types of people really need to prioritize muscle gain. It's a big focus on that. They obviously pretty much can eat anything they want, these types of people. The preferred, or the people who I call lucky, these ones are here, you're looking at mesomorphs. So your mesomorphs are people who can really change their body at any time they basically require. They're people who are their testosterone and their growth hormone dominant. They have moderate to high sympathetic nervous system activity. And then we're looking here down at the final person, which the main populations nowadays, our BMIs are quite high. We're looking at an endomorphic person. This type of person is insulin dominant. They have a slow metabolic rate with a slow, quite a low sympathetic nervous system activity. They have a low carbohydrate tolerance. So we're gonna, for the sake of today, we'll choose Sam as a mesomorphic style there. So I'm just gonna get rid of my pencil. We're going to choose Sam here as a mesomorph. That's her type of body shape today. I'll just clear that. We'll get rid of the photo. I'll quit out of highlights, and I'll just take that photo away because we might want to have a quick revision of that later again. So we're choosing Sam as mesomorph. The next thing we need to do is we need to now have a look at what type of body type she is and her typical goals as a person. Obviously we're trying to lose weight, and she's an endomorph. Just made a little bit of a mistake there, so we've chosen the girl on the right, so we're going endomorph there. One thing we need to really look at there is with her characteristics is once we've established what type of body type she is, we need to now work out her calories per day with her macronutrients. So macronutrients comes down to we've got protein, you've got your carbs, and you've got your fats. So we've got to look at these types of things. Now Sam, who was quite low carbohydrate tolerance, being an endomorph, quite on the bigger scale, we need to have a real typical goal of losing body fat, losing weight, especially in the central region around the abdominal and lower back. What are we going to need to do here is we need to now work out what and how much of these macronutrients should Sam eat throughout the day. So one thing we need to look at Sam on the calculations for her body type, she needs to look at 35% of protein. We need to look at having 25% of carbohydrates of her intake, and 40% of her food, her macronutrients, which is just there, needs to come from these types of foods. The next thing is we've got to really make sure now is we understand from that calculation is working out how much of this food comes from these. So now we work on the number back up here, the 2,233. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a drink. And from here, we're going to now calculate that on percentages. So I'm going to go 2,223 times 0.35 for protein, and that gives me 778. So I'm just going to jot down 778 kilocalories for her protein. I'm just going to scoot across here to make this all even. We're going to look at her carbs. So we go back to the 2,223. We times that by 0.25, which is the 25%, and that gives me 550 kilocalories per day of her food content that she's required to eat. And lastly, we're looking at the fats. We do exactly the same thing, 2,223 calories for the day times 0.40 times 0.40, and 889 calories is required for her day. Now that's all good to know, but the most frustrating part about when it comes to this is now knowing how much food in grams, because when we go shopping, everything we see in the supermarkets, all the food in the shelves and stuff like that, it all comes under grams. You look at the weight of your food and all your energy content. So now what we need to do is we need to combine the calorie and macronutrient ratio recommendations to find the calories from each macronutrient and then convert that to grams. Now the easiest way there is we have got a calculation which we work with. Our protein and our calories are our protein and our carbs are exactly the same. So we go 778 and we divide that by, I'm pretty certain it's 4. Just don't want to get messed up. 778 divided by 4, that's 194. So 194 grams is now required in energy content for her. We go to the carbs, 555 divided by 4 is 138 grams. And lastly, we look at the fats. Now here we look at the fats is different. We divide that by 9 and that comes up with 98 grams. So now we have our solutions to how much food in weight and our energy per day Sam is required to eat from those sources. The next thing you want to working through is then finding out how much food is in each of these foods. Now, in our nutrition coaching program, we provide a superfoods list, and in the nutrition coaching program, all of our lists of foods are then categorized per weight, per grams, and then it gives you the calculation to make your food planner so easy to work out. One of the most frustrating things is then going shopping and going, well, if I need 194 grams of protein, how much of that should I eat during the day? How much weight, how much energy is provided there? I'm going to give you a quick look. I'm going to see if I can find my files just so you can have a quick look at what our clients see in our nutrition program. Just give me a little bit of time here. I haven't pre-organized for this. Let's go to my CrossFit. So we're looking macronutrients with energy. I'm just going to bring that up, and you can see here in the charts. I'll see if I can make that a little bit bigger. Here's a classic example. I'm going to bring my highlight back up. You can see with Sam, her requirements for her protein, which is just down here, was 194 grams per day. So when Sam comes to her eating, we now need to work out 194 grams per day. So we can go through the protein chart. It shows you all the different weight of foods. And you can see there we have 28 grams of food. Comes in a serving size of T-bone beef of 100 grams in terms of the weight of the food. So now we're working out, it shows here also the calories. And as we've seen with Sam, her calorie intake, we need to get her up quite high. So what happens here with our clients is they'll then go through, okay, well, if I have one serving of tin of tuna, the tomato and onion variety, that obviously comes in 87 gram Tim. And what Sam then calculates is she can calculate that she's going to consume 13 grams of protein in the energy. You can see here also the fat and the carbohydrate contents. If we look at a simple Coles, like cottage cheese, 125 gram container, contains mainly 9 grams of fat. So we're looking at higher amount of protein, so then she doesn't feel like she has to eat all day long. I'm just going to quit out of there. We'll just quit out of there. So you can see here, when it comes down to individuals, it really comes into the most ideal nutritional program for each individual. There's so many things that come into play. We're looking at, when it comes down to Sam, was, if I just change colors here, one of the things with Sam is the first thing we had to do is we've got her body weight. The second thing we have to do is find out her goals. Now, everyone has different goals based on weight loss, weight management, muscle mass, or weight gain. The next thing we did is we then calculated on what was her goals and what was it based on, how often she trained, how many days a week, how many hours was she putting in, become that number. That number 13 there is different for every different style of person, every different style of weight maintenance. If we went to weight maintenance with Sam, I'll go back to my calculation sheet, which you see in our nutrition program. If Sam wanted to actually, let's say Sam wanted to put on weight, and we stay with the same, and she was moderately active, which she is at the moment, that number here would end up coming to 18. So you can see there it's at 13, but if we wanted Sam to put on muscle, we'd actually bump that number up to 18. And then obviously if we change this here, then that's going to change every other aspect of her calculations for food for the day. So you can see there, every individual is different, and the biggest thing that frustrates me is when you go into a lot of websites and you go to magazines and everything like that nowadays, and they say follow this diet. As you can see, the most important thing here is an individualized diet provides the best results. We're going to take that back to Sam. there's so many variations. That's all I can say. And the importance of knowing your body type, then knowing how many macronutrients, your protein, your carbs, and your fats, breaking that down based on your body type. Now, if Sam had have been a different type of body, let's say that she was an ectomorph, her whole variations would change based on that body type. So please, people out there, hope that gives you a really good lesson today on nutrition and the importance of what you can see with the benefits of seeing a nutritionist. I'm fully qualified in the sports and exercise nutrition aspect of things, but you can see using your own formulas can have a huge impact on your results when it comes to weight loss. It has a huge result when you want to maintain your weight, and it has a massive result when you want to increase your muscle mass, for the boys to look better or for the girls to actually keep weight off and not have to do cardio for the rest of your life. Hope that was a good insight. I look forward to hearing from you. We do have an offer where you can jump on. I'll send you a link straight away where you can actually have that one-time offer bonus if you didn't get hold of it. If you have purchased our nutrition program, it'll be a really good refresher here for you to understand how to work out that chart, because you'll have those charts right in front of you, have those formulas right in front of you, and your systems are ready and raring to go. And at any time you want, if you ever want to change your body shape, you just change your formulas. Have a great day, and I look forward to hearing from you very soon.